Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing the possibility of a Thai homestay visa. I thought of making this video after reading a recent article from the Pattaya Mail, that's pattayamail.com. Article is titled, Expanded Homestay Seen as a Booster for Thai Tourist Numbers. Quoting directly, projected Prime Minister Move Forward Party leader Pita Limjaroenrat has stressed that Thailand needs to diversify the international tourist market by a homestay act. The notion of sharing your home with a stranger, renting him or her a spare room is not new. But, and quoting further, but the idea of that legislation to encourage the process is certainly new. Quoting further, a homestay act, which would probably take shape as another non-immigrant visa, would enable international visitors to stay 3 months plus extensions as long as they remain in a registered private home. The law would need to spell out the duties of host and guest, particularly with regard to immigration and labor department issues, to avoid unwelcome and counterproductive news stories in the international press. This seems to be a brainchild that was sort of spawned from the notion, and one that I agree with, from the Move Forward Party, that was one of their platforms, I believe, which was a sort of decentralization in terms of economic activity. For those outside of Thailand or who are new to Thailand, Bangkok, the central and sort of eastern economic corridor, but Bangkok especially, is really the epicenter of economic activity in Thailand. And it's one of these things that it has both good and bad sides to it. But the big thing is, provinces outside sort of the core, if you will, the core urban area of Thailand, don't experience nearly the same economic activity as does that core. And again, not to get political here, but some have proposed that, hey, we need to do something about this because it contributes to a lot of inequality in terms of wealth throughout the country, and thereby kind of contributes to underlying tensions as time goes on. That seems to be the thinking. Now, the notion of a homestay sort of visa seems to be, again, as noted in the quoted excerpts, seems to have to do with the idea of, okay, tourism is centered on places like Phuket, Bangkok, Pattaya, Hua Hin, Chiang Mai. Those places are always going to be tourism hotspots, if you will. Koh Samui, another one, and some of the other islands. But again, in this sort of drive to kind of decentralize that, they're looking at ways to sort of incentivize people going to more places, more off the beaten path, if you will, in terms of tourism. I think overall the intention behind this is good. That said, the notion of this sort of homestay visa, that's a very nebulous thing. I mean, you would have to have a pretty clear set of statutory requirements, pretty clear statutory language to deal with this. Also remember, it would have to be dealt with keeping in mind the Immigration Act of 1979. So again, you could pass a new act that just created a new visa, I guess, or created new protocols with a new visa involved. That said, it sounds an awfully lot like the so-called volunteer visa, which has been around for some time. It is a product of ministerial regulations. We've seen problems with it, especially fraud associated with it roughly the past year or so. That said, it remains to be seen if perhaps, maybe a homestay visa might be a welcome change. I don't know what the answer to that is. I don't know what the framework would look like. We will certainly keep you updated on this channel as the situation evolves.